This week we read of the members of Jacob's family who went down to Egypt. There were 53 grandsons listed, but only a single granddaughter, Serach, the daughter of Asher. The commentators wonder what was so exceptional about this girl that her name was recorded. The Midrash spills forth with stories portraying an image of a unique and endearing biblical heroine. Serach stands as a trusted, beloved sage of the people. She possessed an uncommon gift of healing through poetry and music. Somewhat as Orpheus is to Greek myth, so is Serach to biblical myth, the archetypal poet and bard. The Midrash on this week's Parsha tells of the brothers' concern that their father Jacob would die from shock upon hearing the astounding news that his son Joseph was alive and well in Egypt. Their solution? To appoint Serach to the task of breaking the news to him. In one version, Serach masterfully waits until Jacob is praying and then relays the news to him through the poetic form of 3 rhyming lines. In another rendering, she sings the news to him gently and wondrously with a harp. Both versions reveal a girl with psychological insight into just how to approach Jacob with the potentially lethal news. Serach intuits how to tend to Jacob's emotional wounds with song. Even though she was sharing a truth with him, sometimes the sharing of truth with someone can be even more shattering than a lie. Where the bald facts could have killed Jacob, Serach's simple, almost childlike rhyme and song healed him, opening him to hope and possibility after decades of despair. So what is it about song and rhyme which is able to impart such promise and soothe such wounds? Voltaire is famous for saying, "Anything too stupid to be spoken in words is sung." And this might be true enough if one were to survey song lyrics for their intellectual content. But God forbid the purpose of music would be to deliver intellectual points. No, the great gift of song rests in its stirring of sentiment, its arousal of spirit, its curative catharsis of emotions. Serach, with her ample emotional intelligence and creativity, knew how to utilize song, rhyme, poetry for their subtle therapeutic properties. May all of our artistic endeavors likewise access healing and inspiration, offering hope and the possibility of betterment in the face of any despair. The poem I'm about to share is a prayer and request to Serach herself to instruct us in just how to do that. Serach, teach us, please, your therapy of harmony, that exquisite technique that you work with your speech. Reveal to us, ancient sister, your mesmeric tincture of lyric and meter, and mix as well a word elixir to soothe the wounds of injured listener, just the way you sung your way and stood in the way of the heart-halting parade of wagons sent to stun an old man too fast from his depression. For even one's despair can be a precious thing to those who cling to their misery as if it were a love letter to the ones they've lost. But you with your harp loosened that knot, and the yarn of a lie that had so long bound Jacob's beguiled mind, you applied the cautious remedy of a child's rhyme, plucked hope back into a ruptured heart, and strummed him through the sting and stun of loss, suddenly reversed through your verse with the touch of a song. For is not the crowning goal of creative endeavor to heal the bereaved and herald in a better reality? So teach us more loudly your chemistry of composition, to make what's written glisten from the page, to release vast repositories of pain, to make space for the joyful reception of miracles of salvation and spiritual accumulation like wagons laden with bread and corn, and a child reborn in the midst of a famine, and a lie overturned and a family refashioned. So teach us, Serach, your eternal talent of healing hearts with harps and the ancient art of rhyme, and let it start with these faltering lines, a prayer for the gentle unraveling of our long-held lies.